Today we are talking about flush ring settings, and this presentation is brought to you by www.qualityvintageengagement.rings.com. Now, flush ring settings set the gemstones down into the metal. Some of the more popular settings have the rings standing up above the metal, in prongs or other similar type of settings, but the flush settings actually sink those gems right down into the metal. They're sunk pretty far down. Most of the time, the flush settings only allow the face of the diamond to be visible. It's just right along the same height as the metal, and so you can only see just the very top of the diamond. Although some of these settings do slightly raise the gemstones, so they're just slightly above the metal, but for the most part it's usually just a very flat, smooth surface between the metal and the stones. This type of setting is also known as a gypsy setting. Some people do call it the gypsy setting, but the popular name is a flush setting. Now, the advantages to using flush settings is that it allows lots of tiny sparkles. If you're looking for the glitz look, like the paparazzi bling, this is a great type of setting to use because you can take lots of smaller diamonds, put them down in the flush setting, and it just gives that glittery, blingy look whenever the light hits all of those smaller gems. It's a beautiful look. Also, another advantage to the flush setting is that this setting protects the diamond. Because the diamond's down in the metal instead of up, standing on its own, it's completely protected. You don't have to worry about chipping the diamond or hurting it at all because it's completely surrounded by that metal. So this type of a ring setting is very good for active people. If you're a girl who is always using your hands and doesn't want to have to fuss with a big ring that's getting in the way and worrying about losing your diamond, I would suggest going with a flush setting because it's great for the active hands. Another big advantage to the flush setting is that it displays low quality gems very, very nicely. So if you're on a tight budget, you're trying to save money, you can get lower quality diamonds. For example, maybe they may have some blemishes on them, or they're not quite as nice of a color as you'd like, or the quality's just a little bit lower. If you put them down in a flush setting, that helps to mask those impurities, and so the diamond can still look very beautiful even though it's a cheaper diamond. So it's a good option for anyone who's on a tight budget. And the last thing to note about flush settings is that this setting can also be used in men's rings because it is a subtle way to display the gemstone. Oftentimes men will use this type of a setting in their ring so that they can add a little bit of glamour and glitz to their ring without making it look too feminine. So that's just a brief overview about flush settings. If you would like to see some pictures of flush settings, or if you'd like to learn any more information about other types of ring settings that are available, check out our website. We've got a lot of great information on there that can help you with your big purchase coming up. Engagement rings, or any type of ring for that matter, can be quite the large purchase, and so you want to make sure that you're very well informed before spending the money. And again, our website is www.qualityvintageengagement.rings.com.